Happy Sunday, Arizona. You are watching 12 News today in AZ. I'm Emma Jade. Why bigger may not be better when trying to find the best school for your child. We're taking you to a micro school where some teenagers are getting the focused attention that they need. Plus, a local choir is heading to the nation's capital today. In a special Red, White, and You segment, we get the GCU students ready to sing at the White House. But first, here's a look at your weather impact forecast for your beautiful Sunday.
Good Sunday morning. I'm meteorologist Chris Dunn with your 12 News weather impact forecast. Are you ready for highs in the 80s? It may not need the jacket and the scarf, but it is going to feel definitely cooler around here, especially in the valley, but really up in the high country. That's going to be the next big thing, and that comes up on Monday with highs in the 80s. For this Sunday, well, we'll start out in the 80s and gradually barely get up into the 90s, 93, 93. But look at the winds. Southwest winds at 10 to around 15 miles per hour, gusting at times to between 25 and 30 miles an hour around the valley. That's blowing in this cooler change. So 94 on this Sunday. We hit 100 yesterday. 88, our forecast high on Monday, and spectacular sunshine. Just a few clouds around on Tuesday with the high of 92. Here are your valley high temps on this Sunday. 92 in Apache Junction and Surprise, 94 in Laveen, Deer Valley at 92, Scottsdale also at 92. Rest of the forecast is coming up in just a little bit.
You know what? Rent keeps rising across the valley, and starter homes are getting tougher to find. So the big question for many Arizonans, rent or buy? This Money Saving Monday, we are breaking down what to consider before making that move. We've got Melissa Sherman here from True West Credit Union. Melissa, I'm sure that you hear this question all the time. Is it a good time to buy right now? Should I wait until prices come down? Should I just rent? With your expertise, what do you say back to that question that, again, you must get a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is really no perfect time.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what that perfect time is, right?
Right,
And
right.
so I think it really depends on where you are in your journey.
Okay.
I can say that here in Arizona specifically, the demand that we face in Arizona with everyone moving here and the demand here, now is the time. There is no perfect time.
There is no,
but now is the time.
because I keep hearing from people who have nerves about buying right now that, oh, maybe I should wait because maybe prices will go down. But you're not seeing that
No,
trend
no.
at all, right?
No, not at all. I mean, you may see a little dip here and there, but nothing significant enough to pause and put buying on hold.
Right.
With the demand and the home prices increasing,
Yes.
historically,
Sure.
they continue to increase. I wouldn't pause. Now is the time really to buy.
What are things that I need to factor in that decision versus renting and buying? What are things that I need to really look at in my lifestyle to make a good decision?
Which is a very good question because it really does depend on where you are in your journey. Some of the things that I would focus on is, are you looking to buy for long term? Are you looking to plant some roots? That is a big indicator that buying is probably perfect for you today. If it's short term or you are pursuing maybe a different career path, you can foresee yourself moving, maybe buying is not, maybe renting is a better way to go.
What are you expecting in the next couple of months when you look at interest rates and the demand? We always feel like summer's kind of a slower season when it comes to purchasing homes. Is that a good time for me to look? If it is, historically a slower season?
Yes, I mean, it absolutely could be because naturally, I think that seasonally in Arizona with the heat, we have less home buyers out shopping for homes, which actually makes it, which makes it better. It actually makes you have a little more leverage, maybe some negotiating opportunities, and maybe perhaps more inventory on the market.
Totally.
To be able to choose from.
This is another really important question. What is credit score and debt? How does that play into whether buying is realistic right now? I probably have to have some tough conversations with family, friends, and just a hard look at yourself when you're looking at debt.
Right. Yes. So in order to purchase, if you're needing financing, there are requirements for financing, but there's all different programs that you can lean into that can be for if you're a first-time home buyer, low minimum credit score requirements, minimum down requirements. It really just depends on the type of program that you're looking for and the timing of buying. But there are requirements in order to purchase, but there's so much flexibility in buying a home.
Interesting. And that's someone that can turn to you guys,
Absolutely.
right? At True West.
Absolutely.
Okay. And best way to get into contact with you, Melissa, what do you think?
I would visit truewest.org. We would be happy to, there's all different types of education on our website, in addition to where you can contact and reach out to us personally. We have a team of loan originators that would be absolutely happy to answer any questions and if anything, educate, just to provide and see whether or not now's the time to buy.
Oh, fantastic. Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Honestly, rent or buy, I know, I'm sure you've asked yourself that a million times. Now, hopefully you have some good advice.
So for some students, a traditional high school campus can feel a little bit overwhelming. There are a lot of crowded hallways, large class sizes, and constant social pressure. It can make it really hard to focus or even want to show up.
But as Nohalani Graf shows us, a micro school inside the Chandler Unified School District is proving to be the difference between dropping out and graduating early. Just to have this option, Nohe, is so neat.
And it's really not your typical high school experience, but that's kind of the point. Chandler Early College has just a handful of classrooms tucked into a small pod on the campus of Chandler Gilbert Community College. This year alone, 12 juniors are graduating early tomorrow, in fact, and students tell me it's not just about getting ahead academically. For some, it was about finally feeling seen.
Have a good lunch. Have a good lunch.
Every afternoon at Chandler Early College,
Have a great day.
Principal Janine Scarangelli sends students home the same way, with a fist bump, a smile, and a reminder they matter.
Describe your school in one word, and I'm like, family.
This is a micro school within the Chandler Unified School District, a small, personalized campus built for students who may not thrive in a traditional high school setting.
Sometimes the bigger schools have anxiety because it's just too big when they walk in.
With just a few classrooms lining a short hallway, what it lacks in size, students say it makes up for in connection.
The size anxiety played a role because there was a lot of people I didn't know. Hallways were crowded, I could barely get into the bathrooms. It was just hectic. It was hard to work around and focus.
Rowan Cale transferred after his freshman year. At his previous school, he says he felt lost in the crowd.
I didn't like school very much. I kind of got all F's.
Now he's graduating a year early with plans to pursue aviation.
I put in the time and the effort, and they met me with the same exact response.
Brittany Steinfeld also made the switch after struggling with bullying.
That pit in your stomach you feel on your way to school, knowing that the people that you're going to be surrounded by are judging you constantly, completely went away when I went here.
She says the smaller environment changed everything.
I realized how much my teachers care about me, and that totally changed everything for me.
Principal Scarangelli says that's the goal. With a smaller student ratio and individualized graduation plans, staff members know when students are struggling and step in early.
I could see a kid walk in, and I know that they're having a rough day.
And the results are hard to ignore. This year, 12 juniors are graduating early. Last year, there were 3. For students who once felt overlooked, this small school is helping them see a big future.
Have a great day. You too. Thank you.
And students do stay connected to their home campuses if they want. They can still attend prom, they can play sports, they even get to walk at graduation with their old classmates in addition to their own graduation at Chandler Early College. And because the school sits on the campus of Chandler Gilbert Community College, some are also getting that head start on college credits through concurrent enrollment. So many of them have already pecked away at that associate's degree by the time that they graduate.
You know, it's something so interesting that you said just a second ago to us, but that these are kids that could have easily fallen through the cracks and just gotten lost in the mix of how big high school can really feel.
Yeah.
But this is a lifeline for them, and look how it turned things around.
Right, pared it down, and now they're graduating early. They're going on to careers, hopefully in aviation.
Getting started on college.
Exactly.
May is ALS Awareness Month, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease, no cure, Progress is being made to improve the quality of life for ALS patients, but Andy Tigas, Vice President of Development at ALS Arizona, she joins us to talk about the disease and the challenges for patients and their families. You know, I was just telling you, my girlfriend just found out that her father is diagnosed with ALS, and even the doctor, when they diagnosed him, said, I sure hope it's not ALS because this is a horrible way to go. ALS is a really scary disease.
It is. It's a motor neuron disease, so it's degenerative, and it robs people of their motor functions, so it affects walking, talking, breathing. And there's no cure yet, but we do have a few FDA-approved drugs and some treatments and a lot of resources at ALS Arizona.
Incredible resources. I'm so glad that I met you. So tell me what you guys are able to do for the families that you serve.
So we typically meet our families at their clinic visit, and then they are paired up with our care service team. So that person is their primary person when they have questions. So we provide education, home visits, respite. We have an equipment loan closet, which is huge for our families. So they can have up to $70,000 worth of equipment in their home if their insurance doesn't cover it 100%. We do lots of memory makers, support groups, adaptive type experiences where we just have fun and focus on fun things. So.
Because it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking not just for the person diagnosed, but all of their loved ones, because you have to watch this person go through something that is so difficult.
It's hard.
What do you do for those families? What's something that you really focus on when someone is first diagnosed? What do you tell them about the journey ahead to continue on with a little bit of hope, right?
Right. I think the biggest thing is hope, for sure, and it's community, and it's that support. And what we really focus on is the education. So get ahead of it as soon as you can, get the equipment you need as soon as you can.
Right.
Focus on that bucket list. What's the things that you want to do? Be with family, be with friends. Distractions are good. And then, like I said, we do a lot of fun things with our pals and our cows.
Oh, I love it. You guys serve over 600 people here just in the state of Arizona.
Yes.
How are you able to do that? Because there is no cure.
Yes, so we actually, we fundraise a lot.
Yes.
So if you want to get involved, we have lots of really great events. So we have a couple coming up. So we have Lou Gehrig's Day, and then we have a gala. So we have our Phoenix Bite Night that's going to be happening June 6th. And then in the fall, we have walks. So we raise money and funds so all of our patients and families get free programs and services, because it can be an expensive disease. The first year you can incur $250,000 in debt.
You're able to make it free for these families. Like, what a lifeline for people who are going through this. If people need more information from you, what's the best place for them to go?
The best place is for them to go to our website. Okay. So we are at www.alsaz.org. And there is a development and fundraising tab, and then there's also a care service tab. So if you know someone that has ALS or has been diagnosed, that's the best place to go to get your information and get registered with us.
Okay, so again, if people are wanting to donate, because what you guys are doing is so incredible for hundreds of people here in the Valley who are diagnosed with something that is really scary, that it's terminal, what can they do if they want to help out?
So we love volunteers.
Yes.
So you can volunteer at any of our events. We have people that come in and volunteer in the office. Great. So that is number one for sure. And then any type of support, advocacy, that type of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Perfect.
Angie, thank you so much for coming in and for all of your work that you're doing here in the state of Arizona. We're so lucky to have this resource.
Thank you.
Hi there once again. I'm meteorologist Chris Dunn with your 12 News weather impact forecast on this Sunday. We're tracking a temperature change and a windy change as well. You see all of these arrows coming down the coast? This is a colder, or at least cooler weather pattern setting up for us on Monday. A gusty Sunday ahead. High fire danger in the high country, and those temperatures take a tumble. We're talking about highs in the valley only reaching the upper 80s. I want to remind you that we have live radar 24/7 available on the 12 News streaming app, free for your TV. You can download it on your phone as well. Just scan the QR code right here. We have live radar, we have live weather conditions and forecast weather conditions. It's all on the channel 24/7. on your TV. Here's Futurecast. As we go through time on this Sunday, just some passing high clouds. Really, that's about it. The main feature, though, is going to be the wind, with gustiness in the valley approaching 30 miles an hour and likely approaching 50 miles an hour in the Flagstaff area. Did you see that real quick flash of green? There's a weather system passing by to the north that's really kicking off the wind and dragging down some cooler air. It may set off a couple of showers across the Navajo Nation, the Hopi Reservation, and the Grand Canyon areas. Real quick, not a whole lot of precipitation with this weather change, just a lot of wind and the cool down that we will certainly notice. And as we go through Tuesday, this is Tuesday at 11 a.m., basically clear skies, and we start a slow, gradual warm up. As mentioned, not a whole lot of rain. This is for the next 3 days. Just a couple of little splotches of green way up here to the north. Of course, it stays out of the valley. This is our second driest month of the year. And it typically does get kind of windy with these passing systems up to the north. They're dry systems, but they create a lot of wind. 75 in Prescott, 79 for Sedona, 60s for Flagstaff, and we're in the 90s for the valley, 85 in Globe, and 93 in Yuma. Across the valley, again, expecting those gusty winds, especially during the afternoon hours. 93 in Mesa, 95 Sun Lakes. The wind coming out of the west and out of the southwest. So just, keep that in mind if you're worried about the wind direction. Scottsdale, 92 today. Poolside weather, 84 at 11 a.m., edging 90 degrees by 1 o'clock in the afternoon and popping up into the low to mid-90s by 3 o'clock. And Monday will be even cooler. And the long-range outlook that basically takes us through the end of the month, almost, through the 30th of May. This is the 24th through the 30th of May. This shade of yellow-orange color here, this is a 33% probability of above average temperatures. Earlier in the spring and even in the winter, we had that deep red on top of us. That was a really high probability of above average temperatures. Well, it's going to stay closer to normal for the rest of May, and that's a good thing. Windy today in Flagstaff, 65, back to the 70s by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Here's your Valley 7-day forecast. 90s today, 80s tomorrow. Enjoy that 88 on Monday. We pop back up into the 90s Tuesday through Friday, but we don't hit 100 again until this Saturday.
Getting locked out of your car or your home, gosh, that could be so stressful, right? First, you get the panic setting in because you're like, wait, where are my other keys? What am I going to do? Did I really lock myself out? And you did. So you call a locksmith, but people are getting scammed. And so we've got Joe Ducey here with a Better Business Bureau to talk about how we can avoid losing hundreds of dollars, because this is really happening to people. So first off, what kind of locksmith scams, are you guys seeing the most right now?
Well, you really put your finger on it there. You're in a panic. You're in a panic situation. It's an emergency, right? You're locked out of your car. You're locked out of your house. So you're doing anything you can to try to get hold of anybody. So you call the first thing that comes up, and it happens to be, 24/7 or 724, whatever. And I'm not saying that's a bad company. I'm just saying those are usually the names.
Random.
Those are usually the names, right? And they get somebody to come out, and they've quoted $60-70 over the phone, and they pay like $700. What are you going to do? You're stuck. It's your car. You got to get in. You got to have it taken care of. So that's the big problem here.
Yeah, it's the panic thing. Always reminds me of when you talked to us about those scammers who call on the phone and they put you in a state of panic as well, and then you can't get off the phone with them.
Yeah.
Say, no, do you need to complete this transaction? Do you want this to happen? Whatever.
Exactly.
So it's like they prey on that moment of panic when you're just not able to think as clearly.
They do.
Well, what are some of the red flags then when that's happening?
Well, the one, the biggest problem with a lot of these people is that and this is for probably most scams, they go to the first thing they can on an internet search.
Yes.
And it comes up the first thing, right? And it might be whatever it is. And that's not always the best thing, right? It can be a problem. Yeah. And so, ways to avoid these things, don't trust the top search results, right? Find out something. The second thing is research before an emergency. Try to get a locksmith in order beforehand. Do your research, go to bbb.org, go to another place. None of you are going to do this, but this is what you should do, Get a locksmith in order and find out who you're going to call in case something like this happens, because it can be a real problem.
It's so true. I think I like what you said there just about, the whole thing. Researching now so that when you are in this situation, you know someone to go to. But going back to even the first results that you'd see on Google, I think part of me thinks like, oh, well, these are the most legitimate ones because they're at the top. But that's not true.
No, it isn't really. They figured out a way to get to the top of most of these searches. But the problem with it is these companies, I mean, if you got a good company at the top, great.
Yeah.
You know, and they are out there. They're good locksmiths. But a lot of these companies are third parties, right? They're just names. And there's somebody at a switchboard or whatever, and they're calling freelancers around. Hey, do you happen to be over in wherever it is? And so they're getting, and so some of the complaints, let me read, I don't know if we have much time,
we
but
got some time. Let's hear.
my wife recently got locked out of her apartment without keys or phone. She decided to look up the first company she could with a stranger's phone. The quoted $475. She paid $2,000 for, it was just a little lock. I got locked out of my house. Desperately, I called the first number that popped up for a locksmith on Google, $495. And the problem with that one was they never gave them a quote ahead of time. So they're getting places, they think they're hiring one company. It comes out with a different placard with a magnet on the side of the car that says like Mike's or Jim's or Bill's, you know?
Sure.
And you really don't know who you're dealing with. So I think the key really is for this is to do your research beforehand. There's also an association called the Associated Locksmiths of America. Associated Locksmiths of America. And you can make sure, if you're looking, you know, to find one ahead of time, that they're members of that. Because there are no laws, unfortunately, in Arizona for licensing for locksmiths.
How interesting.
California they do, here they don't. But so you need to protect yourself.
Yeah, and one of those ways we can do that is never paying in cash or debit or anything like that. You say pay with a credit card because we may have some recourse there.
Exactly. Yeah. With a credit card, you can always, and I'd say this for anything, man. If people are asking for cash or Zelle or those things, you lose that money. And in many cases, we try to get money back from banks, from Zelle or Venmo, and they say, hey, this person gave them the ability to do this. They made that decision themselves, even though they got scammed. So credit card, you have 60, 90 days later to try to fight it.
Okay, so if we do end up getting scammed then, and you're out those thousands of dollars, what can we do?
I would go to the Attorney General's office. They're good in the state. They do look at consumer problems. I'd also go to bbb.org, and I'd file a complaint with Scam Tracker. So that other people can see that there's a scam. And you can also file a complaint against a legitimate business there and try to get your money back at bbb.org. I'd also let, Joe Knows Better.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Joe Knows Better. JoeKnowsBetter.com. Go there and let us know. We'll try to see what we can do about that kind of thing. But we've got all the scams and all the things you need to avoid right there.
Oh, thank you so much. You are saving so much of us thousands of dollars because unfortunately this is happening and you are somebody who has dedicated his career to stopping these scammers, stopping us from losing money. So you're a great resource. Make sure to visit Joe Knows Better, and we appreciate you being here.
Well, I appreciate it, Allison. Thanks a lot.
I feel like I'm going to do some research right now because I don't know
Get that locksmith down. Put it in your pocket.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And welcome on back to Today in AZ. And so we are honoring those all around the great state of Arizona for our Red, White, and You special. Now, Grand Canyon University Choir will be performing 3 songs at the White House for America's 250th anniversary. And I spoke to the choir about this incredible honor and how they got it. Oh, they're good. In fact, this choir is so good, they perform all over the valley. But soon, these GCU singers will be on the national stage performing for America's 250th anniversary celebration. This weekend, these Lopes are representing the purple and white at the White House while helping the country celebrate the red, white, and blue.
We were all just in shock.
The whole group just kind of exploded, and we were just all very excited.
They determined that the people they wanted to represent the country on May 17th and to perform was Grand Canyon's own Critical Mass.
Was that ever something that you thought would happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, say, can you see?
The country was founded in 1776, but Juan Hernandez founded GCU's music department in 2010, and in 16 years gets to lead this group to a once-in-a-lifetime performance.
They're very talented, they're very dedicated, and of course, it's just the right opportunity.
What does it mean to be able to represent GCU on this kind of scale?
I mean, I think it's an honor. I love GCU.
It is a call for a celebration to celebrate our country and to give thanks to God. That's just really wonderful that I get to come along and get to praise the Lord with my voice.
To be chosen as someone to show off what GCU is like, I feel honored to get that chance.
How did this opportunity come about?
Timing, I suppose. Our Vice President of Government Affairs was on a call with the White House. She said, we thought of critical mass, and I said, yeah, of course, we can do it.
An honor that Hernandez believes only one other college is performing at.
Music is a way to communicate, and so I get to communicate my thankfulness for God for this wonderful country. I feel very blessed.
I think it's the greatest country in the world. To get that chance to not only represent GCU, but represent the country in a way, I think that's really special, and I definitely will be telling my kids about it.
Please be seated.
See them perform live, you're like, oh yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And everybody can actually see them perform live this Sunday. So they're going to be performing 3 songs at the National Mall. I mean, I don't know exactly when, but the whole event, they're doing a rededication 250 type event. It's like a Jubilee, day of prayer and praise and all that kind of good stuff. And that's going to be starting at 7:30 a.m. our time, and then it will end around 3 p.m. our time. And anybody can watch it at freedom250.org.
And it's this weekend.
This Sunday, yeah. I mean, they're doing a lot of these like America's 250th anniversary celebrations all throughout the year. And so this one just happens to be this Sunday. So really prestigious honor.
You don't get any better than that.
You really do. I mean, how much bigger can you get?
Honors, right?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I love it. Hey, as our country celebrates 250 years, we want to celebrate the people in your life, everyday Americans whose service, generosity, and resilience strengthen our communities. So if you know someone making a difference, nominate them. Let us know. Scan the QR code right there on your screen, or you just email us, connect@12news.com.
Spring Restaurant Week, it is back, which means it is the perfect time for a date night, a girls' night out. Maybe you just want to try a restaurant that you've been eyeing for a long time, and you're like, you know what? I got to get in there. More than 250 Arizona restaurants. They are serving up special 3-course meals for $33, $44, or $55. So joining us this morning, we have Magali from Barrio Queen talking about Restaurant Week. I mean, this is, first of all, you guys are like, it is so good. Just went there for lunch the other day. So good. So this is not your first time being in Arizona Restaurant Week. You guys keep coming back. This is a good thing, right?
Yes, we keep coming back. Every year is successful, so we love giving back to the community. So if you have not been at Barrio Queen, this is going to be a perfect opportunity to come and try different stuff. And if you've been, I'm sure you want to come back.
Yeah, I do.
I'm sure you want to come back, so this is going to be a great deal for you.
So walk us through. I mean, look, this spread is just fantastic. What is there, like a fixed menu? How does this work?
Yes, we have a menu that you can start with a drink. It could be a frozen margarita flight, a frozen margarita, or a margarita on the rocks. You can always substitute for a soft drink. And then you get the choice for cocktail de elote, the grilled corn, or...
Is it this one right here?
Yes, it's grilled corn with some aioli, chipotle, tajin. It's really good. Or the tableside made guacamole with pomegranate seeds. So you get to pick. If you're with somebody, you can get one and one and try both.
Okay.
Also, then we have the entree's choice, that we have a trio taco with pollo asado, we have carnitas, we have birria. You can try different meats right there. We also have the trio enchiladas right here.
Over here.
Yeah, sorry.
Let me just hold this up. This is...
Yes.
Oh, these are so good. I've had these before.
Yeah, trio enchiladas. You have 3 different types of enchiladas and sauces right there. Really good combination. Or if you're looking for something vegetarian, we have the chile relleno de vegetales. That one is super healthy in case you're getting ready for the summer. It's just vegetables, and it comes with a side of black beans as well.
This is actually a lot of choices. I mean, this isn't just like, just something, I guess, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of food that you can choose from.
Yes, a lot of choices, and also all of them are great. We try to find something for everybody.
So why is it important for you guys, I guess, to like get involved in this, because this is something you don't have to do. Not every restaurant does this.
We don't have to, but we're really thankful for our guests coming to the restaurant, so we're always gonna give back. And fixing this menu and having all the best choices right here for you in a amazing price,
Yeah.
something that we're gonna give back.
Yeah, so this is this what the menu that you get when you walk in the door?
Yes.
So you just sit down at the table, you're gonna get this menu, and then you have options.
You have options, yes.
So I mean, this is a good time, even if you've never been here, this is a good time to really explore and see what else is out there and something different, right?
Yes, yes. We also gonna have the regular menu if you wanna try something different. If just one of your party wants to join these, they're more than welcome. You can get also something from regular menu, regular drinks as well. Don't forget the dessert. We have churros and flan as well that comes with it.
I'm sorry. You know what? Look at this. This is what I'm talking about as well. We had this. I went with a group of friends when we shared this. I mean, that was like fantastic.
Yes.
It's really good. And this is the flan.
The flan, yes.
Look at that. Look at that. And so I look at the price here. Was this $33?
$33 per person, so you get to pick one appetizer, one entree, one dessert, and a drink.
And then, so this starts today. How long does
Starts
this run?
today, and it goes all the way to the 24th.
Okay, so you've got options. If we want to show that graphic one more time, you can get all of the information, ArizonaRestaurantWeek.com. 250 restaurants participating across the valley. Barrio Queen, you said you guys are in Queen Creek all the way to?
Surprise, yes. We have 8 locations, so corner to corner, Old Town Scottsdale, Desert Ridge, Gilbert, Avondale, Glendale, Tempe Marketplace, everywhere.
You've got options. All right, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
This is going to be breakfast for us right here.
Time now for a final check of your Sunday weather forecast. 80s will turn into 90s, but just barely this afternoon. 91 at 2 o'clock, 93 at 3, and that's about it. So we stay away from triple digits, not only on this Sunday, but in the long term as well. In fact, look at Monday. Only 88 degrees and morning lows in the refreshing 60s. Back to 96 on Wednesday. Closing in on 100 by Friday, and I think we'll hit the hot 100 again on Saturday.
Thank you for joining us this Sunday morning. And remember to start your week and every morning with 12 News Today in AZ. We get going at 4:26 in the morning, and we now stream until 9 o'clock on the 12 News app.
Your mornings don't stop.
And now, neither do we. Welcome to Today in AZ. 12 News Today in AZ keeps going.
Expanding to 9 a.m. on the 12 Plus streaming app.
More live weather.
More live traffic updates.
More breaking news. Live from 4:26 a.m. to 9.
12 News Today in AZ, now streaming until 9 a.m. on 12 Plus.
Download on your TV and watch for free.